This is your man who did it this time. Coming at you with a new series called Story Time. And y'all gonna have to bear with me, man, and pray that I'm not long with these stories. I'm trying to keep it under 6 minutes. The reason why I decided to start this series is because a few of my subscribers and some of my favorite YouTube content creators have people who come by and they may leave a comment and then I will chime in. It's one thing to make a blanket statement and never to elaborate, almost like a sign of fandom, or you're just trying to be a live wire, trying to make comments for shock value. And then there are other people who actually want to make sure that they inform the masses the best way that they know how to. But when it comes to this story time, and it looks like I'm already going to go above 5 minutes. But the point of this story time is not to, put down anybody, denigrate. I won't name drop. And I plan on keeping it up to the viewer to use their imagination. But there was a question about what did I see when I was away at school that showed the MK Ultra beginning stages, and how did I come to a conclusion to get to where I am today when it comes to this common knowledge. If you're into these type of common things, I guess it wouldn't be common knowledge to some people. So sit down and I'll explain. So when I was away at school, there is a thing that's called a full scholarship athlete. But what they did was, and I know my mother and father could vouch for me, what they did was they gave us a book waiver my first day of class while I was moving in. The crazy thing was I was on full scholarship for football, so I don't have to pay for my books. So I remember looking at other parents and other teammates of mine, and I said to them, like, yo, what are these book waivers for? What are we supposed to use them for if we're already on full scholarship? And I remember like yesterday, one of the student coaches said to me, you do what you want. You can go to the mall, you can buy yourself something to eat. And I just remember my mother taking my check and like, nah. And I do believe that she used it to help, pay for certain things. And, she was helping me with my financial banking back then. Beginning stages of financial literacy begin with your parents, ladies and gentlemen. But she would help me, when it came to sending me money for food. And if I wanted some Tim's or the latest J's or whatever, she would put it on my card and she was just teaching me, because God forbid I get hurt, which I did, or I do something stupid, which I also did, fighting and whatnot when we played against Florida A&M. But with that being said, man, listen here. So that was the small stages. And though I shared time with a couple other H-backs, there were other guys that were from out of state. And again, I'm not going to name drop, but I want y'all to use your imagination. So around Thanksgiving time, they would get plane tickets to go see their families. But there was a select few of superstars on the team, all conference, all Americans. Not only were they cooked and fed for, they were provided live entertainment. Now, I want to hurry up and speed this process up. If this is at a small university like where I went, what do you think is happening at the major Big Ten schools? That live entertainment was similar to the Duke situation with the lacrosse team. All right? So when you come in to these mega universities, just understand that it's normally ran like a grove. So they will send you women and help you get to those advances and trigger some of your vices. Some of y'all vices might be sex addicts. Well, if you're a superstar athlete who is a sex addict, not only are they providing prostitution for you and setting you up with these fast ass dates, then it becomes the next thing. They'll send a woman your way, knowing that you're going pro. She becomes your handler. Now, if y'all can't get into the third dimension, if y'all can't understand where I'm going with this, please, man, you don't have to like it. You don't have to subscribe. But there are a handful of people that have already asked me, what did I see? And I saw that. I saw some of these girls who weren't necessarily prostitutes, but their father may have been a big wig, on the committee, part of the boosters, the fundraising committees. Y'all get my drift, the alumni. Those are women that are sent to you, like the movie Skulls. Now, I myself always was a questionnaire when it came to the honeys, the women. I never could understand why a top high price athlete, or even in college, high profile brothers. I wouldn't say I was high profile, but I like to think that I've always had my way with women. So if that's the case, why can't I get on a shorty at the library? Why can't I get on a fitness assistant? Why can't I get on a sister school, which would be somewhere, within the town that you're going to college, and get on something over there? Why does it have to be coordinated and scripted? Because I wasn't in the known. I wasn't bred like that. I came from two hardworking parents who come from athletic, families, and there are military veterans. But I believe it was none other than the Most High script in my life, and not the other person, not the fallen one. With that being said, some of you all don't understand. Some of these young men and women are bred for this. They're born. It's almost like being born not to just be an athlete. You're born to carry this ritual, carry this lifestyle. I know it's hard to believe, man, but I'm not the only one. And then I'll leave you with this one also. I have a buddy of mine who plays major college basketball at the time. They introduce you to the fraternities first. Those fraternities, if you allow it, they will direct you into masonry. Then, lo and behold, you're not just a mega superstar athlete. Now you have backing from the fraternities and your masons, i.e. the movie The Last Boy Scout. You can get involved in things that you can't handle. Scandals, crime, embezzlement, misuse of funds, rape. All of that is not by happenstance. These are all because of athletes who got in over their head. The game wasn't good enough. They needed more. This is your man who did it this time. I will leave my email as well as my Cash App in the description box, as well as, on the page. But if you have questions and you want me to get into more detail, we can build a trusting relationship, I pray, and then I can actually go into more detail. But yes, indeed, it goes on. That's how it happens in the baby stages. And I went to a predominantly, obviously, historical black college in the D1 range, not a Big Ten or SEC or a Pac-10 school. But I know what goes on there because I saw it on a small scale. You all be well. Peace.